Hi folks, it's Kai here. Yeah, it's been an exciting little while. Big update on my front is my coming out to my family. My extended family already came out to my parents, but I sent a whole series of letters to folks that live in New Hampshire and California. So that's where my relatives reside, even though I'm here in Canada. And so they have arrived. And I got a text from my aunt that said, things haven't changed. We still love you. Love and kisses, and, my aunt. And then I was just, that really felt good. And it was very heartwarming, and I was very thankful for that kind of response. Because I was pretty scared to come out to extended family. They're, especially the ones I just recently saw, it's like, ew. But, I mean, hopefully they could kind of see how happy I was and how very, just, I don't know, just myself. And so hopefully, it wasn't anything, well, I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was a big shock. And I'm sure they have lots to talk about and all that good stuff. But at least that's communicated, and so my aunts, my uncles, my grandma, my grandpas, cousins now know. So that's huge weight off my shoulders, and we'll see how the transition to the new name goes, but at least I have made them aware. I also came out to a client today, not today, this week. And that went really well. Like, super supportive, not like a big issue. Let us know if there's anything that we can do to help. And I was like, bam, that's awesome. I know her from my previous employer. We used to work at the same company. So, yeah, I mean, I know her, and so I'm sure there's a bit of a shock for her because she's encountered me as a fairly feminine female. So we're like, okay. She had a bit of a deer in headlights look, but whatever. I can appreciate that kind of response. Oh, check this out. I thought that was so hilarious that I bought it. And so that went well. And so I have one more client that I have to come out to. And then the professional piece is closer to being done. In the sense that I've told the main people who pay my bills. So that's good that they know, and it's not a big issue. But then I'm going to communicate to a wider team. I usually work with kind of a multidisciplinary team of about 14, 15 other folks, like wildlife biologists, fisheries and soils and water quality and archaeology and all those people. So, for all the 5 projects I work on times 15 people, there's a lot of people who are going to be knowing in the first bit. But I'm not as nervous about that. It's more of just a logistical point where it's like, hey, heads up. And it's not like I hang out with these people on a day-to-day basis. So if they have an issue, they have an issue, and that's their deal. So that's coming out. Done. And, well, better done. Getting done. And it feels really good because, as I was saying or reflecting in some other video recently, I am tired of going by my previous name and female pronouns, and I wish to complete that chapter and wrap it up. And so, I'm sure it'll be more of a journey than that, but at least I get everybody on, aware. And whether to choose to come along is their thing. That said, I have increased my dosage of tea, and so that was based on lab results, and I don't quite understand them because I haven't quite talked them through, much in detail with my doctor, and the measurement is not anything that I've heard, especially trans folks in the U.S. talk about. So In Canada, we have some sort of different system because we're special. So it's like nanomoles per liter instead of nanograms per whatever deciliter. So I'm looking at my lab results and it's like this really low number. And well, it was like a 4.9 nanomoles per liter. And I was like, okay, that doesn't really tell me much. And so, I've been trying to do all this research. Of course, I can't wait to talk to my doctor and just get, clarity from that perspective because I'm a very curious person. But apparently, and of course, the results that I got online tell me for a female, and there's this big alert that it's over, and I'm like, that's what I'm trying to do. So don't worry, it's not over. So 4.9. I think is within. I had to do some sort of conversion, but it's above the female range, a normal female range, and slightly below the normal average male range. So progress, not perfection, and so I'm hoping that this higher dose will carry me further up the scale. And so I'm curious to talk to my doctor to get more clarity on that, and so I know how to read my results a little bit better. And I forgot to ask for my baseline results, so I also want to know what my baseline was, and in terms of demarcating progress. So yeah. And it's so funny because as a runner, I'm always curious about my times and, slightly obsessing about those. So I'll get another set of numbers to obsess about. But the thing about the lab results is that I'm still showing very anemic. And so I've got more iron than God now. And I'm like really trying to up that because that definitely affects my ability to do surgery. And I'm really hoping it'll sort itself out in the next month before I head to Florida. So that's that. But it's really interesting because I have, like today, I have my weekly Saturday run with my running club. And I ran really, really fast. Like, it was noticeably faster, and everyone was commenting on it, and I felt really good about it because I've been pretty self-conscious about being slower these days, and there's a whole number of factors related to that, and it's whatever. It's totally understandable, but I think my bigger dose of tea, as well as I've been doing some minimal weight training, but some, and I think that's also really paid off. And as a result, I was full of energy. I was bounding down the trail and with no signs of slowing. And so I was like, oh yeah, I'm back, or I feel like I'm coming back. So that feels really good. Yeah, that's my update. Nothing big on the tea front in terms of changes that I really noticed. Except for I wonder if other guys have this experience, but I really like ice, and I think it's because it's not that I have a sore throat, but it's like obviously my vocal cords are changing and strengthening, and as a result, I think I like the cooling sensation of ice, and so I just drink copious amounts of water, and I just eat lots and lots of ice. Like I love chewing on it, and then there's like the crushed ice going down my throat, and it just kind of soothes it for a bit. And so I'm like, I just pieced that together. I was like, why do I like ice so much more? And I'm like, oh yeah. Anyways, yeah. I hope everybody's doing well, and yeah. Bye for now.